Everybody, it's a crazy Virgo Shy. We hope you guys are having an amazing day, and today we are watching the Fantastic Four First Steps. Now, I am super excited for this movie. I watched the trailer on my channel for this, and though I didn't get to see it in cinema, I thought it would be great to share this first reaction experience with all of you. As I said, November is Marvel month, so Marvel November. And so that's why we are going to be doing another Marvel reaction, obviously, to Fantastic Four. I've heard mixed reviews about this because not that it was terribly bad, but people, for example, would prefer watching Thunderbolts over Fantastic Four. And I guess that might come with the fact that this is not an origin story, but kind of like one. Very much kind of like Superman-esque, where they kind of skip the whole, like, origin of this story and get to, like, the meaty and nitty-gritty parts of it. But I am excited to watch this film. Obviously, it's got Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, yes, from Stranger Things, and he made such an impact on that show, and has gone on to do a lot of really, really cool performances because of that TV show. And moss-bachrach, I think that's how you say his name, and he also in The Bear and also in like multiple other movies. I did try a blue look. I won't lie, blue is like the hardest color to do on my skin, so I tried my best. It's not the greatest. It's not as good as like some of my other looks, so I do apologize if it looks a little bit tacky. But anyway, without further ado, please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. But for now, let's jump straight into this reaction and watch this movie. Oh, we're straight into it.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for the yellow iodine. Not here.
Yeah, because that's not where it is.
She pregnant. Oh, damn. His arms look great. Sorry.
Tried for 2 years. I mean, we don't even talk about it anymore.
Talking was not the important part. Better, isn't it?
This is great.
Oh, look at these cuties.
Nothing is going to change.
Are you sure?
Oh, the story. 4 brave astronauts head up into space, encounter a bit of cosmic turbulence, and come back forever changed.
Yeah, they became famous, like famous after this in the universe.
That last voice you just heard was my baby brother, Jonathan Storm, and ladies, he is very single.
Dr. Richard's expedition encountered an unforeseen event.
Obviously, while we were in space, due to errors on my part, we encountered a cosmic storm that altered our DNA.
Aww.
And they return with superpowers.
Oh, nice scene. Damn, he looks great. Oh, cool. Oh, that's awesome. Damn, the CGI doesn't look bad for him. For Reed. They didn't show anything at all. But he looks really good.
Very best of us. They are the fantastic.
Oh, that's a cool art. Oh. Ah, what a way to open the movie.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You're late for dinner. Why are you being weird?
We're not
Are you pregnant?
He knew immediately.
What? You are out of your depth. But we're gonna be the best uncles ever.
Figured you'd be locked in your lab, drenched in a panic sweat.
I have that scheduled for later.
Countdown.
Kirby, let's start the baby prep.
4 to 5, but chances of twins are a long shot.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're in the eye of the media. They want to know everything.
What 2:15? I don't have any meetings today.
Reed.
Oh.
I get it. You're gonna be a father soon, new responsibilities. You're a bit scared.
I'm not scared. I'm busy, Johnny. I'm busy. I'm busy.
A little bit scared.
New transmission today. Knock yourself out.
Aww.
Movement of organic matter, 6 meters.
Thank you, Herbert. It worked.
No.
Yep.
It's looking like Herbie's building a crib, which I kind of thought was a you deal.
Listen, this is for him. Parents have cosmically compromised DNA.
Reed, we have done every test. You want to see?
Oh, wow. Oh, look at the baby. She could do that this whole time.
That is such a bullshit way to win an argument.
Hey, look, get creative sometimes.
Not really something I say. It's clobbering time! It's just... Want me to lift up the car? This car?
Cute.
I like that everything stays the same.
Like Maisie's, the best.
Yeah, the black and white cookies were always my favorite when I was a kid.
Step inside next time. Kids would love to see you.
Yeah, okay. I will. I'll bring cookies.
Oh, yeah?
Aw, cute. I love that interaction for him. And it's interesting because in a lot of movie adaptations, he's always looked in as the monster.
Flame off.
For the last few months, I've been tracking a small number of criminal organizations.
Baby-proof the world.
Hey, what time is it?
It's dinner.
Oh, shit. Oh, what a transition. That's insane. Oh, look at the dirt on the screen. Like, it's highlighting the thing. It's... Oh, what? Oh. Cold. Oh. Damn, she looks amazing.
Your planet is now marked for death. Nothing you can do to stop him. For he is a universal force, as essential. I herald his beginning.
Oh.
I herald Galactus.
Whoa! Oh.
Moha Kupiro Ame.
Oh! What a shot!
But they've been chosen with great care. Targeted. And not just disappeared. Destroyed. She was at all of them.
So you're saying this Galactus
Can do exactly what she says it can do.
Damn. I mean, obviously we knew that.
She spoke to me in her language.
What did she say?
Well, it was in her own language. I don't know. What was kind?
kind?
Not kind. Warm.
Warm.
I don't know. She was like right here. Johnny loves space. Johnny loves women. Now there's a literal naked space woman, and Johnny thinks they had a moment.
Ben loves when Johnny speaks in third person.
I do too, it's funny. Look, Johnny, you had a moment, but there's more important things to worry about right now.
Okay. So she spoke to you, yeah? And?
Only repeated language and the oldest recordings. This is the same.
Okay. Maybe that is something.
Yeah, he actually is onto something.
The new spacesuits.
Oh, Reed.
Serves in less than 10 minutes, so...
Oh.
I take back every single bad thing I've been saying about you.
Is that the unknown also meant fear?
Oh. No, don't go.
Who could have known?
Me. I could have known.
Stop.
Oh.
Please, you gotta stop beating yourself up about this.
Yeah.
I got bad news for you. You ain't that smart. Did you pass your driver's test?
That was due to poorly marked sign.
I really love my new suit.
It's really your old one. It's just a lot bigger.
Bluer.
Don't say that to a pregnant woman. Yeah, I'll just say this, because I think we're going to be stepping into a very climatic moment in the film. So far, already, I love the bonds of this family. Like, even with the origin story not being involved, you can still see the ties of it through the story. Especially with Reed, you can see, and I did speak about this a little bit, like, because I wasn't sure if the origin story would actually be included in this movie. But I still was kind of on the right track that Reed feels guilty about this whole thing. But I kind of was wrong, because I said, like, because of the guilt, he doesn't use his powers, but I think the only reason we didn't see his powers in the trailers was because the CGI wasn't done. Again, enjoying this movie so far. It's fantastic. Loving the bonds and the family stuff. And already, we got some very interesting things about Galactus. And the Silver Surfer, I can't remember her name. She has a long name. But I'm excited to see more. Oh, this music is so good. They probably took a lot of inspiration from, like... Oof, that image. A lot of inspiration from, like, news bits that happened with the, you know, space launches. God, that would be so scary. Oh, I love it!
A big guy in a ship, then yes, you can punch him out.
Oh. Hello? Whoa! Hello?
Sue, hide us.
Damn, she is powerful!
It's all gone. The whole planet.
And it was 13% larger than Earth.
Well, hello? God, it's crazy that she could just go through any material. Whoa. May I just say, this is the first time in a while that the VFX in Marvel look pristine, like really good. I'm quite impressed.
Which planets to consume?
He does not.
You choose.
Oh!
It means die with yours.
How romantic.
You stand before Galactus.
Where?
The Devourer of Worlds honors you.
Oh!
I was once little like you, a man from another world, before this relentless, eternal hunger.
I didn't know that, but that's cool.
You carry the power to save your world. Inside her, the child.
Oh!
I will spare your world, exchange for the boy, and he will inherit this cursed throne.
What?
I would know. I tested the child.
He hides his nature.
Oh.
What are you doing to her?
Baby's coming, baby's coming.
No.
What? He forced her into labor? Oh, why did this turn into a horror movie suddenly? Ho 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 ho! Oh, Johnny! Oh! 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 Get her, Sue! Get her! Oh shit, okay, well, if she can't die in lava, what can kill her?
Get us out of here, Ben! Hang in there, Suze, I'll get you home.
Oh, Ben, he's so sweet. Oh my god! Oh, is she gonna hit them out of it? Oh god, please, 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 no, 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 no! Oh! No! Oh, that is so scary! What? Oh my god, this girl is so cool! But also, what the hell?
I'm gonna kill her.
Finally met someone interesting.
Get her! Oh my god, this music is so cool.
The wormhole is bending the beam!
Well, of course I would, it's a wormhole. Oh!
Quit screwing around!
Did I tell you how to drive the ship? Don't tell me how to kill sexy aliens!
Nice! Oh, come on! Come on! God damn it! She like magnetic on the surfboard.
Taking us out. Reed, we could get sucked in.
Ben, trust me.
Hang on.
Oh, I love that. There's like that trust between friends, but also pilot and leader. Dude, these VFX! What the hell?
Sue, we need 30 seconds of invisibility. Can you do it? After your next contraction.
Nice, girly. Oh. Oh.
Strap you down.
Strapping her down.
Do not strap me down!
Oh. Let her do what she wants to do.
You're doing wonderful, my love.
Oh.
Right. Johnny, the velocity gauge.
Go.
Oh.
I'm right here.
Bless. He's trying to do two things at once. He's trying to help and captain them, and then he's also dealing with the pregnant wife. Like,
He's a monster.
He's not a monster.
Everything's gonna change.
Nothing is going to change.
oh bless.
Push.
Oh, what intense scene! Oh, thank God. I was like, Jesus Christ. Oh, the little boy. Oh, what a scene. Can I just say the tension was high? Whew. I'm not gonna cry, gonna learn from last week. Oh, oh, a month. God damn. Oh, poor things. They have to deal with the public eye after having a baby in space.
You take us through how you defeated Galactus.
Oh, shit.
He asked too high a price.
Well, what does he want?
What did he ask?
Don't tell them.
He asked for our child.
Why would you tell them?
To this. Are we safe?
I don't know.
Fair enough in public reaction, but goddamn. Ugh. Damn, that looks cool.
I must get the child.
She's just a baby.
One strong enough to absorb my hunger, so that I may finally rest.
Oh.
I analyzed the samples Kirby took from Galactus' ship. All evidence suggests he predates our universe, our reality. An unknowable life, who imagines Franklin as his successor.
You ran all those tests, right?
I have, but I don't know what can or cannot be. I'm not sure how long. I'm not sure of anything. Archimedes, the law of levers. Give me a lever and a place to stand, and I will move the Earth.
We want to translate that?
Yeah, we solved the right small problem. We solved the big Galactus one.
Yes. Yes.
All right,
Barely slept last night.
I'm sorry to hear that. It's not like you chose this whole thing. I told you I'd heard that before. I'm all over this. The Rosetta Stone to find him and Archimedes' lever.
Oh, bless. Oh, bless. I love that Johnny isn't just, like, a ladies' man. He actually is so intelligent as an astronaut and a scientist. I love that.
Reed Richards and Sue Storm hand over their baby, and we all live.
What?
One life.
Fair enough reaction. That is so stupid. I get it, but also it's like, are you serious? Like, that's their baby. Anybody who has a child would understand. Like, are you insane? Would you give up your child for anything?
So their plan looks good. It's mathematical, it's ethical, and it's available.
What are you saying?
Yeah, no, that's very, like... With his cosmic power, I think Franklin might have heard him.
Means nothing.
It means I know you. I know how your brain works. It means you thought about it.
I invite the worst possible thing into my head to figure out how to hurt them before they hurt anybody else.
And you know what? Sometimes you being you hurts me.
Stop crying. Don't cry. Stop. Okay. Oh, God. That. Oh. Sometimes you being you hurts me. My God. I think anybody in a relationship can say that sometimes. May I just say, Vanessa, Kirby, and Pedro are fantastic as a couple in this movie. The chemistry is off the charts. It feels so natural, like they've been together for a very long time. Like, again, I haven't read much of the Fantastic Four, so I don't know what their relationship is very much like in the comic books, but I can tell that there is so much history to them. Like, she knows him, knows the way that his brain works and the way that he thinks, and even, like, you can tell the way that he sometimes says stuff. Like, you know that he's already been thinking about it, he's overthinking everything, and I love Pedro, like, so much. You guys know that. I always sing his praises. And again, it's just all in his face. Like, he has so much emotion. He's not afraid to show it. And so, like, the way that he says it, and you can see, like, he's holding back to a certain extent, but you can read it on his face, like, what he actually wants to say. Like, even in that scene where he's, like, ethical available. He says it with such a straight face. Because he means it. He does mean it. He knows that the only way that to, in a way, from what I've seen so far, to deal with Galactus is to hand over the baby, because that is his sole wanting Galactus. He wants Franklin to take his spot, because as we can see, and I love that we are getting kind of like this information about Galactus, because I know how incredible he is, but I don't know kind of like too much about Galactus. And just so to see him say, like, I'm to end this hunger and, like, let me rest, like, you can tell, like, in a way, like, small tiny part you kind of empathize, but in a way it's like, no, I kind of don't empathize with you, because you want a little baby to come and take your spot and feed on these planets for whatever reason. And so it's insane. And I guess I need to do some research, or I'm not sure if it's going to be said why he eats planets. Again, kind of like what I thought would happen, the public perception has changed. A lot of them don't like them anymore. They hate them. They're saying, like, you know, they should have just given up their child. But no, again, it's that thing of, this is their baby. Like, anybody who has a baby, or the concept of having a family, understand that it's not easy to make that decision. Why would you do that? A little baby. It's insane. And yeah, it's an interesting concept though, because it's like you can get to see the different perspectives and such. And so yeah, anyway, I'll stop talking. Oh shit, is it safe for her to go out there? Seriously?
I wanted to introduce you to someone. This is our son. There's been a lot of talk about him. When Johnny and I were kids, our parents were in a car crash. Our dad, he wasn't always a great father, but he wanted to be. It's about fighting for something bigger than yourself.
Oh, he trusts her.
Our mom always used to say, Susie, for you, I would move heaven and earth. And we would do that for you.
Oh, he's getting an idea.
We will fight this together, as a family.
I did?
Yes, we are going to move Earth to a place that Galactus will never find us.
What? Okay, I mean, I'm for it. I don't know what's gonna happen.
We will create teleportation bridges spanning the globe. They will be synchronized and interconnected, capable of transporting our planet to a new solar system.
Oh, he's learning the language.
We all need to conserve power at a scale never attempted before.
Oh shit. Okay.
I don't want you to be like me.
Oh, look at the way that baby's
There's something wrong with me.
Don't say that.
I'm gonna let you tell me who you are. And if you'd like to tell me now, that would be helpful.
Aww. Yeah, I also love the relationship with Herbie, like giving him scratches and, you know, being really sweet. No, go away. All-seeing eye.
Earth, go for countdown.
Here we go, folks.
Come on.
13. 6.
What? Aw, yeah! Come on! That was such a cool sequence there. God damn it.
She's coming for Franklin.
Wait, where's Johnny?
Oh god, where did he go? Oh, the recordings. Nice, Johnny.
Oh, he barely has a grasp of the English language.
Drawn. When Galactus came, you offered to serve as his scout.
Oh, she's so beautiful. God, imagine seeing that.
Planets weren't so lucky.
Oh, there's some... Wow! What a shot! I was gonna say, there's some sick shots in this film.
Take me.
Johnny!
Not the boy. Then stay and help us.
There is no help. Take the child and leave this doomed place. Maybe you'll live long enough to forgive yourself.
We're not leaving, are we?
No, we're not.
All that hard work.
We need to bring Galactus here. Get him away from his ship. We need to bring him here, to Times Square. We move one giant away from the planet. We can keep the portal open for
a short amount of time.
37 seconds.
Jesus!
How are we supposed to get Galactus to Times Square?
How do we move one giant through one large bridge?
Franklin... Reed.
I'll think of another way.
That's your plan?
No, it's not my plan, it's our plan. It's the only plan.
There's gotta be a different way.
I know.
Two.
Yes, I know.
She's allowed to be angry. I think any mother would. That poor thing.
Not going either.
Thank you for going and checking.
You're welcome.
I'm definitely not going down.
No, Jesus!
The path he takes, he's gonna be going through thousands and thousands of families.
I got an idea you'll hate.
This must be where the sausage is made.
Oh, is this the mole guy?
Planet asking.
Well, it wouldn't be the entire planet now, would it? Just the over part. Why don't you butter me up?
Evacuation orders are in effect in the greater...
helping them evacuate.
Sorry, just. Hi.
Hey,
Hey.
came to see you.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, he looks so awesome. What a shot. Again, VFX and CGI are insane. Oh yeah, isn't it in the Marvel Universe the Lady Liberty is supposed to be like a superhero or something, some super being? Okay, mate, that's private property. Damn. Oh. Oh god, don't hit the things.
Just a couple more steps.
Come on. He's gonna know, won't he? See? I told you. Of course he knows. He's a literal, like, extraterrestrial super alien thing.
Clever little bugs.
Ralph has the best voice for Galactus, may I just say as well. I doubt he feels that. What an image. That's insane. Oh! No, Ben! Oh, thank God, Johnny. The Incredibles. Strip him out like Elastigirl does. Oh my God! Come on! Oh! Nice, actually. Well done. Oh! No, 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 no. Oh, God. No!
Time's defense! It's clever, dog!
Oh, thank God. Uh-oh. Oh! I tell that's gonna stop him. Ah! Oh my God, leave that little baby alone!
My salvation.
Oh my God. She is using so much power right now. My God, she is so cool.
Stop! Save our son!
Oh my God, please don't tell me she dies. Come on, Sue!
Hang on, Sue!
Oh. Oh, come on! Oh, yes, thank God. Sue! Oh God, please don't tell me she's dead. Ah! What?
Tell Franklin Uncle Johnny loves him.
Johnny? Oh no. No, we don't need a humble sacrifice right now! Oh! Again, every shot with her, it is so good. Oh, she's doing it! Oh. My God. That was amazing. Oh God, please don't tell me she's dead.
Sue, is she breathing? No. No, baby, no.
Oh. Oh God, stop crying. Oh no. God damn it. What? Franklin. Precious boy. Oh, poor Reed. Oh, look at this cute family. Oh. Don't mind me, don't mind me. Just gonna cry. I honestly need to keep a pack of tissues in here.
It's the fact that the surfboard is not part of the body.
Oh, he's talking about Shalaba.
Franklin would wear it for this in 1 minute.
No.
If only I could eat a magic baby.
Reed, Sue, Johnny, Ben, and...
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Well, I don't feel it. Push from above.
No, you got it.
There you go. Teamwork! Oh, that theme song is beautiful. Yeah! Let's go! Oh, God. Well done. What a movie. Oh, that was good. 4 years later.
Don't you? Yeah. Okay. Back in a second, babe.
Kitties. Oh, she looks so beautiful. I love her. Washing. What? That was Dr. Doom? Oh my god. Damn, that movie was really good. May I just say, probably the best in VFX CGI that I've seen in a long time from Marvel. That was really fantastic. Like, I understand now why people say Thunderbolts is a little bit more unique, because again, it also covers subject matter that isn't really covered in the Marvel universe, but I think as like a new movie representing characters that aren't introduced to the universe, I think it was a fantastic movie. Okay, let's get straight into the breakdown of the film. So, in terms of the writing, I think, again, like I've said for most movies in terms of superhero genre, it all falls into the same limbo, especially movies that basically an origin story typical movie. I would say that this is also very much like Superman, for example, where it is trying to break the mold, where, you know, for example, Batman did this as well in 2022 with Robert Pattinson, and where they give a brief introduction of what's happened in the past, where they say, look, this is a bit of the origin story, but we're not going to go into it. This is basically years after those events have happened, and we are going to move forward from that and onto like a new story that contains these heroes. I do think personally, though, the pacing was a little bit all over the place in this movie, but I did enjoy it once we did, I guess, kind of like with Thunderbolts, get past the first like 30-40 minutes and then jump straight into the action of going to find Galactus and all that jazz. After that, it was off to the races, basically. Now, may I say, the cinematography is the best it's ever looked in Marvel. I'm going to put a few screenshots, like, of my favorite shots from this film, because my lord, this movie, the color, the cinematography, like, every shot just looked so pristine. The VFX, the CGI, it's the best it's ever looked. And the theme of the 60s as well, absolutely loved it. The color was popping everywhere, absolutely loved it. This is more I want to see from Marvel. Like, again, I said it with Thunderbolts, that grey, dark tone-ish, like, colors that we saw in that movie suited the movie that they were telling. But then with this, those pops of color, I loved it, and I would love to see that more in Marvel. Please, for the love of God, because Superman did it. If Superman can do it, y'all can do it. Fantastic Four did it. Please continue to keep color and like saturation going, because we need more color in cinema, please. And may I just say, the music, Michael Giacchino, you absolute genius. He's been such an incredible musician for so long, and I didn't even know, but he did The Incredibles. He did one of my favorite movies, which is called Speed Racer, an adaptation of the animated show into live action. I'm probably going to try and rewatch it on the channel, because it is one of my favorite childhood movies. The music is so fun in that, also taking kind of like references from the 60s and the 80s. So cool, and I love how he does that. He did Batman, he did so many movies, and it's just like iconic. Like, I think he's going to go down as well as like very much almost like a Hans Zimmer kind of figure, because he also makes such incredible music. Now, the thematics of this film, I think, were very obvious from the get-go. Very much about family, parenthood, even, I think, like, smidges of it. The idea of legacy and the idea of a child's legacy, and also their future, and whether they'll become a good person or not. And I think that very much threaded through as well, even into Galactus' story. Same with Shalabal. Obviously, we saw her with her child. But especially even with Galactus, the idea of legacy, him saying he will ascend my throne and ascend this duty and take over my legacy so I can rest. And it was like, bro. And even just like the idea of like relationships too, like especially with Sue Storm and Reed Richards, and this is a testament to Vanessa and Pedro's like amazing acting and chemistry. Like again, I go back to that scene where they're having the argument, and you know, she says like, you being you hurts me sometimes, and just like that idea too of like him being one of the most intelligent brains on Earth, and you know, he's, you know, got superpowers and stuff, overthinking something or even thinking about a situation can fuddle his mind, I think. Like especially again, like he said it too, when it comes to the baby, he knows nothing, but when he sees numbers and maybe science, it makes a little bit more sense. And I just kind of love that. It kind of like gave such a personality to Reed, like this nervousness, and he feels so much more comfort in his lab. You know, it's a little bit typical of that kind of like lab character, but he slowly tries to kind of like change from that, but he does like a lot of periods in the movie, and I think it's necessary for him to, he falls back into that role because he's trying to protect his family, and he's trying to do it in a way where he can save and protect his son, but he has to like, you know, make the necessary sacrifice, and necessary sacrifice in the terms of like taking the step that might make his son be in danger. And that's a huge step, obviously, as we saw many times in the film, where he said or mentioned it but hated it because because of that's his son, but he has the more logical side of the thinking, so he doesn't think about the emotional stake in a way. Of course it's in the back of his brain, and eventually he does get to that, but then he's like, yes, but this is the only way that we can do this. And I think that's interesting to kind of tie those into the world of Marvel, because I don't think we've necessarily had the idea of, I guess, parenthood. Like, we've seen, obviously, some people with families and stuff in the Marvel universe, but a newborn baby, also may I just say that scene was so tense, and Shalabal like reaching into the the belly, I was like, bro, that's, get away from me, like. And yeah, even again, going back to it, the idea of legacy, I loved that idea, and again, the idea of about a child's future and what they possibly could become as a person. Because I think, I mean, I don't know because I don't have kids, but for any parent, when either like a woman is pregnant, or even like from a male perspective looking at their wife pregnant with their child, you're kind of thinking, oh, I wonder what my child will be like. I wonder if he'll be more like his mother, if he'll be more like me, the father, you know, whatever it is. It can sometimes, if you're an overthinker like me, you can like kind of spiral out of control when thinking about that, and you can think really hard about like negative aspects and such. And so seeing how Sue kind of goes through that, especially when she's like giving birth, and she's like, our child is a cosmic being, what is going to happen? And then even later on, Reed talks about it, and even Sue talks about it again. And so it's really interesting to see that kind of like tied into the story and done in a nice neat bow, but like very well done. Not too much in your face, but I love that it's there, and you can sense like that tension from especially Sue and Reed. It's really, really good. And then eventually it gets to the end where the baby saves Sue and says he will be like who he will be. Like, and yeah, I think that's such a statement, because I think in terms of the idea of family, some parents want to control the destinies of their children for their own good, but also can sometimes be detrimental to their children, because like, I think every individual wants to have a purpose. They want to live the life that they want the most, you know, and for some it might not be fulfilling, for some it might be fulfilling. And so I think the problem with that is people can be very judgmental, and so that can lead to, like, you know, again, like getting overly involved with your child. But I love that moment again with Sue and Reed at the very end when Franklin saves her and says, like, you know, again, like, he will be who he will be. And I just love it. It's so good. And of course, I really loved the interactions between the whole four family, like all these four members. I love that, you know, Sue and Johnny have like a playful relationship, but they take each other seriously as siblings, and I love that so much. Like, of course they can have fun. She pokes fun at him for his like suit and all this other stuff about Shalabal, but then when it comes down to it, they're serious and they take each other seriously as siblings, and I love that. And I also love the relationship between Ben Grimm and Reed, like especially like the communication style, like it seems like they are best friends because they trust each other, like them at the window, and you know he's kind of like Ben's making fun of Reed for, you know, baby proofing the house and stuff, but then later on the ship he knows that Reed is basically the captain of the ship, but he kind of wants that kind of reassurance from his captain that everything will be okay. And I love those moments between them because, again, best friends, but in the moment, it's a pilot talking to his captain and wanting those instructions. And I love that kind of interaction. And yeah, throughout the film, just all their relationships was so beautiful. Before going into my character analysis, I do want to talk about the fact that John Malkovich was supposed to be in this film. I literally, like, as I was writing my notes and I went to have a look at the cast, I was like, oh shit, he was in the trailer, but was nowhere in the movie. Where was he? And I just had a look and it said he was cut because he was only supposed to be in Act 1. He was cut from the film because apparently it was just too crowded and, you know, the ideas were kind of clashing. As always, we're going to be talking about character analysis and deep diving into each character, so we're starting off very briefly with Paul Walter Hauser as Mole Man. We saw him very briefly through the film in Act 1 and then also in Act 3, serving as kind of like this helper in a way to help be the salvation in a way for the people to go underground and be safe. It was mentioned at the beginning that, you know, he was sort of an anti-hero or like a villain, and then eventually because of Sue's working in peace and like peace talks, she eventually got him to agree to kind of like, you know, settle. He got to have his own area where he could live. I guess that really worked out. I think it could have been fleshed out just a tiny bit more because, again, like I said, the pacing is quite fast in this movie. So I think if we just had a little bit more time to see that actually work out a little bit more, it would have been really cool. But I understand why they didn't do that, because they didn't want to deter from the story too much that they had in mind already, which was basically the whole Galactus storyline. And Paul is an amazing actor. He's so good. And it was a brief role. I'm not sure if we'll ever see him again in the Marvel Universe, but I love him, and every time he pops up on my screen, I just smile because he's hilarious. So, I was happy seeing him in the film, as brief as it was. Now, Ralph Ineson as Galactus. My god, guys. I love Ralph. I've said this before. I said this when the trailer popped up. He is amazing. His voice is insane. Like, he is so cool. And his voice, I always think of it as like an instrument almost, because he has so much like gruffness behind it and like grit, but like in other roles, not in this one particularly, but like in other instances, you can hear how gentle he is, like even with that voice that's terrifying. So cool. And I think with Galactus, he isn't a malice villain in a way, like from what I've read and from what I've researched beforehand, but he does eat planets out of necessity to live and have that power running through him. And from what I've read in my notes, it says, Galactus' hunger is permanent and cosmic, needs to consume planets to sustain his own life and power, which stems from the destruction of a previous universe. I probably should do a little bit more research, but that is all I have for now. But that is intriguing, because again, it seems like he is desperate to rest and finally, I guess, put down the mantle of Galactus and finally rest. And I guess there's almost like a nonchalance about his performance too. It's like, I have to do this. Like, there is no other choice, and there is no other reason why I will change my mind. And even I had a look in terms of why he has to eat particular planets, because I was like, what if he just eats a planet without people? But online it says he needs like a life force. Like, it needs to have people on it and people who thrive and live, so he can sustain that, and not even just the Earth, but it's also everything that is living on that planet. And if it's abandoned, it doesn't necessarily have that in a way, so that's why he eats planets that are inhabited. So I guess I learned a little bit while doing this, but yeah, I think he was fantastic. Again, there isn't much to Galactus, but I absolutely love his inclusion in the universe. I am curious though if he's going to come back, because he is such a massive character. That can't be the end of him, and I hope it isn't. Briefly talking about the ending with Doctor Doom, I know Doctor Doom, Fantastic Four, and the Avengers have fought against Galactus from memory. I might be wrong, but I do remember that happening. at one point. So I'm wondering if, you know, again, tying it back to Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four's appearance in that universe is the reason why they're going to Earth because of Galactus, or is it because of something to do with Doctor Doom and maybe something that he's planning, because he's a pretty messed up character. But yeah, I guess we'll see, but I hope we get more information, and I would love, again, to see Galactus again in another movie, because if that's the end, I'm gonna be sad, because Galactus is a pretty cool character. There's so many cool fights that happen in the comics that I've seen in like beautiful artistry where all the heroes are fighting him. Again, I would really love to see that happen. Now, Julia Garner as Silver Surfer Shalabal. I love Julia Garner. She's taking the world by storm at the moment. She takes your attention too. Very much like I've said for many actors in terms of the emotions on a face and like how that can sell a story without even saying a word. She also has that capability, and I love that we're getting more actors like that on screen, because dialogue can sometimes be overused. Like, just use your emotions, your body, your face. It's all there for a reason. And even as the Silver Surfer, she had that. You could tell the little twitches of annoyance, of anger, and even her being kind of like curious when the recordings came on. And I love those little like aspects. Like, obviously there's not supposed to be too much facial movement from the Silver Surfer, but the design looks good. I was worried about, again, the CGI and the VFX, but it looks effortless and it looks like so normal. And yeah, her performance I absolutely really enjoyed, because she was so much more than just a servant to Galactus. Like, we find out why she did the things that she did. She did it for her child, she did it for her family and her planet, and saved them. But in return for basically an eternity used as a servant by Galactus to go and basically herald him to these planets that she has to choose is insane. And I do love that she did get a redemption arc at the end. Like, I do wonder if we'll see her again too. It would be really, really cool to see them both. Or maybe we see, maybe Galactus defeats her or something and we just see the battle remnants of what's happened. Like, that would be really, really cool. Now, Ibn moss-bachrach as Ben Grimm, I loved his performance. I think he, like, very much brought that humanity to the Thing. And I think because you empathize with him, he's in this situation where his body has changed to this rock, and he, you know, he has to kind of live with that for the rest of his life. But we see, like, even, and that's why I mentioned it briefly early in the film, I love that people came to accept him. Like, he's a hero, but also they treat him with, like, kindness, like, especially the kids, because obviously kids could have gotten scared of him, which is fair enough, but also they're like, oh my god, like, you know, Ben, like, please do this and that, and it's really sweet. And also, I was trying to remember her name through the film because she looked familiar, but Natasha Lyonne as kind of like his love interest, or like, you know, kind of like that. I love their chemistry, and like even with her, like how like sweet she was to him, like, oh, like joking around with him and telling him to always come and visit and stuff. He's always welcome to that. And even in that moment of like thinking the world was going to end, he went to see her, which was, you know, it does take a lot of courage. Like, I think in the normal life it does, but also especially when you look like that, I think like with, you know, the fear of being rejected, he still went. And, you know, she just kind of smiles and is really sweet about it. Like, that was really nice. Then I love as well, like, kind of like Reed, he's very, like, protective of Sue. I guess it comes with the friendship with him and Reed. Like, obviously probably introduced to Sue a long, long time ago, and then became just as protective of her as, you know, Johnny and Reed. And that's so beautiful and really sweet, especially like when she was giving birth and then he said, I'm coming, Sue. And like even when she's fighting, he said that too. Like, very, very protective of her, almost like they were brother and sister as well, which I love because that bond is so strong. And that even leads to his love of Franklin and how protective he is of Franklin too, like holding him the way he was holding him like this, and just being really protective and loving. Like, even when Reed's like, we need to use Franklin, he's like, are you like insane? Like, what are you doing? And so I love how protective he is, and even when he has to step in and say like, look, maybe that's a little bit too far. Now, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, I loved his performance, and he was a real standout for me in this film. I really appreciate that, again, with the writing, it wasn't just this guy with a massive ego, you know, kind of like sex appeal, and then like just, you know, was after the ladies and stuff like that. No, it wasn't all about that. But I love that he was actually really, really smart. Like, I feel like with the version back in the early 2000s with Chris Evans, we didn't get to see much of that with him, like Johnny, in that version. It just felt like he was just always a bit of a douchebag, personally. But then with this one, like, it didn't even feel like he was a douchebag. It just felt like he had a lot of confidence, you know, a lot of hyper energy, like, out of the group. So, you know, he had all these crazy ideas and stuff like that. But then I love how, like, he actually is so intelligent, like, working out the language, kind of like working a cipher, and then, you know, even, like, though he was flirting with Shalabal, he kind of was, like, trying to get more information actually for the sake of their family and trying to learn more about it. And then even having the empathy to, like, do that too, because he knows that something more is happening to Shalabal, and that there's something more to these recordings, and he takes the time to learn the language, lure her into Times Square, and then play it. And I love how he's just standing there talking the language. Like, that was really, really cool, and I loved that moment for him. Again, I love the relationship between him and Sue. Like, he seems like such a younger brother to her, and so, like, she's so protective of him, but even he's so protective of her. But again, that thing of what I talked about in terms of the strength in the relationship and believing in one another and trusting, like, he trusts that she has so much strength and that, like, she can take care of something. Like, even during the pregnancy, as much as he wanted to turn and be with her in that moment, he was like, no, I need to focus on getting us somewhere safe, and doing that, you know, Reed and Ben have it. They will take care of her. I just need to focus on helping Herbie with running the ship. Now, let's talk about how he nearly sacrificed himself at the end. Thankfully, because I play Marvel Rivals, this is the only reason why I know it. But there's a version of Fantastic Four where he, I think, sacrifices himself or is killed in a situation and leads to a bad kind of like storyline for Sue, where she basically turns pretty evil, and there's so many things done to try and bring Johnny back, but I think there's just, and so I'm not sure if that's how, like, what they're kind of like hinting at. Maybe that's going to happen in Doomsday. Is he going to sacrifice himself? That's going to be really interesting, because if they are, and I would really appreciate it, like, if they took the Marvel Universe to a darker place, it would be really cool, because there are some pretty fucked up storylines in the Marvel Universe. Fucked up, I mean, like, really dark and, like, interesting. But yeah, no, just the willingness of him always wanting to be the sacrifice. He wants to save his family. Like, that is his priority. And even if it's not his own child, that's his sister's child, he will do whatever it takes to make sure that she's happy. Now, Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. Now, you guys know, massive fan of Pedro. Very little ever stops me from loving his performances. He's so good. I just recently watched Narcos again, and he's such a douchebag in that TV show, and that's how he became kind of like in the industry, like kind of stepped up in the industry because of that show. And so yeah, it reminded me of like how far he's come. It's so cool. But anyway, sorry, his performance as Reed Richards, I loved how much detail there was in Reed, like how anxious he was, how he overthought all the time, and just his nervousness in a lot of like public interaction situations. Like, you could see clearly that his happy place and where he was most comfortable was with science and trying to figure things out and finding things out too. And we see that throughout the film, that anxiousness, how he holds weight with all the decisions he makes as kind of like the leader of the Fantastic Four. We see that at the very beginning when he's talking about the incident when they got their powers, and how he says, you know, it was a miscalculation on my part, and she's like, no, like, because she's probably heard this a million times from him and knows that it wasn't his fault. It was, again, like, the whole origin story was never his fault. It was an accident, and also just they didn't expect that to happen. Like, no one expects to go into space and then turn into an alien. So I love how, like, he portrayed that, like, that nervousness, because we've seen Pedro, like, play, like, confident characters. Like, even with the Mandalorian, we don't see his face, but, like, by his stature, with things that he does with his body, And then in this, Reed was kind of like a little bit like inward, a little bit nervous. And, you know, kind of like Sue was the confident one out of the two of them, kind of like leading him in certain situations. And he's kind of like a little bit back behind her, which was a little interesting detail that I loved and picked up on. But I also love this struggle he had the whole movie with trying to make these decisions in terms of trying to protect the Earth versus also trying to protect his son, which was really interesting in terms of the concept, because it's huge. Be in terms of the public opinion, would disagree with wanting to give up a child. Like, of course, that's the easiest solution you could do. Just give up the child and then nothing will happen. And people will just be like, you could just have another one. But from the information we had, it took a while for them to even get pregnant in the first place. And Reed, I think, also was not in that mindset in terms of giving him up and having another baby. It was more like he was trying to, I guess, battle with that leadership thing of like trying to protect his family but also trying to protect the world, the duty and the responsibility that they've been given. And so I love how that kind of came into friction with Sue, because Sue was all about, yes, protecting the world, but first and foremost, protect their son. And so from him, like I said previously, for him, he comes from a very logical place. So some of the things he says can be quite heartless. And I think it's really interesting. And then he quickly converts to that empathy of saying, I'm sorry, I'm just thinking of it from this place. I'm thinking of this responsibility that I have to protect the world. And then Sue kind of has to put him in his place, and it's like, yes, but it's not your job. Like, testament to Pedro's acting, you can see how much he loves Sue and how much he cares about her, like making that machine. And I guess it's not the fear of their child having powers, but maybe becoming dangerous, I think. I think because he sees it as just something that isn't here yet, but then when he sees the baby, and that scene was so beautiful, when she shows the baby, and then he's kind of like, oh shit, that's my son. Like, that's my child that I made with the love of my life. And again, puts things into perspective for him that isn't just numbers or an equation. And so I love that so much. And then again, like I said before, I love how much he loves Sue and always wants to be there for her, because he knows that Sue can stand on her 2 feet. She is a strong, independent woman, but he will always be there to back her up, to support her when she needs him. Like, especially like when the speech, he's standing in the back and kind of nods to her, like of encouragement, and B's there for her in that moment without even saying a word. During the birth as well, you know, like he in that moment, I love Pedro's acting, because he wants to keep all his attention on his wife, but he has to also be like captain to the boys and be like, y'all do this, I gotta focus on my wife who's literally in labor right now. And so it's so like such a heartbreaking scene in a way, but also like beautiful, because you can see how much he just wants to focus on her, but quickly he takes the time to, okay, boys, do this, and then all my attention is on my wife. Like, it's not moving and I'm not leaving, and it's beautiful. And yeah, that scene, at the end, again, Pedro, goddamn Pedro, and tugging heartstrings, him, you know, giving CPR to Sue, and saying, like, baby, please don't go, like, stay with me, stay with us, like, so heartbreaking. And then he kind of just leans his head against her, it's like, I left Vanessa Kirby for last, because can I just say, this movie was all Sue Storm. She was fantastic. She was amazing. And her performance, I think, really led the movie so far. May I just say, I've been a fan of Vanessa Kirby since The Crown. She was amazing as Margaret, and ever since then has gone on to do some incredible roles. And this role too, funny enough, because that's what everyone was saying, like, she literally was pregnant during the press tour for Fantastic Four, and everyone was like, what? Like, everyone was like, have you been pregnant, just like as a joke the whole time? And she, you know, they obviously found it funny. But the poor thing, she was pregnant as well during the press tour, so I was just like, oh my god, girly. But again, going back to the movie and her acting and everything, she was perfection. Again, like I said, she's a strong, independent woman. She has her beliefs. Like, we see her basically, like, giving presentations in this UN type of situation, and I love that, like, showing her strength, how she's not afraid to stand in front of an audience and, you know, give these speeches and stand up for different countries and different purposes. It's beautiful. And yeah, I love how basically with Reed, her and Reed are very much like yin and yang. Like, she is his calm while he's a little bit of chaos. And I love that because she, like, again, like in the first scene, like she's like, give me like 12 seconds and I'll be out there. And then he's like, 12 seconds is specific. Like, I love that chemistry between them. And even like when, again, I keep going back to the argument because that argument scene was beautiful. But her saying like, you know, I know you, Reed Richards, when you have an idea and when you think of things, you just go into this like kind of logical state of mind. I totally understand where she's coming from because that can, like, you know, the people that we love the most can also hurt us the most with decisions, with things that they say, you know, and that just happens with relationships, unfortunately. We're not all perfect. And, you know, Reed isn't perfect, but also, like, you can see, like, where he's coming from, but also it's very much, like, the way he expressed it was quite harmless and nonchalant. She's not afraid to stand up for her beliefs, and her beliefs is protecting her son. And, you know, that love for her son is so beautiful, the way that Vanessa did it. And even again, like, may I just go back, the giving birth scene, my god, poor thing. I don't know how they filmed that. That would have been insane. But yeah, again, throughout the whole movie, she is this strength and this glue for this family, obviously. But I love that, you know, again, she has these strong relationships with each of these men in this family of 4. You know, she has this big love for Ben. And again, in that scene at the beginning when they find out that they're pregnant and he's just kind of looking at her, like, it's literally in that instance, there's so many things that can be told from that body language. They have history. They've known each other for a long time. They're close. And Ben can read her to a T. That's why she kind of like avoids his eyes. She's like, And then, of course, her relationship with Johnny. She is so sweet and loving to him. And kind of like, I think, piques interest at some of his ideas. Like, you know, always going to his room and he's like, I have something to show you. You know, kind of. I think almost like a representation of like the mother that they lost. She's kind of like that, not parental figure, but kind of like a reminder to him, kind of. And I love how she actually respects him, like, oh, that might be a thing. And then later he shows again, like, the video of Shalabal, like, talking to him. And then she's like, you actually were onto something, like, keep going. And, like, really, really pushes him to do more. And again, I just love the way that they represented her love for her son. Like, yes, of course, it's typical to show, like, mother-son or mother-child relationships. But I love just how strong it was. Like, it was always about her baby. It was always about protecting him. And we see that all the way to the end, where she displayed that amazing amount of power. The love of a mother for her child is so beautiful. And even her saying, like, just save him. Like, not even saying anything about her. She could have been like, don't worry about me, save him. She was just like, save him, like, go. Let me just say, because it's such a cliche for women to have this happen to them in superhero movies, or if they have powers where they have the bleeding nose when they do powers like this, thank the Lord they didn't do it. She's just pure power and is so amazing. But again, she carried the film on her back. In my opinion, she was so strong, and I love that it wasn't just about her being a mother, but just like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was just the energy around the character. And I think the writing kind of went in the way of like making her kind of like the main character of the story. And of course, to briefly talk about it, the Dr. Doom scene at the end. This is a different universe. I'm wondering how it's all gonna work, because again, like, we don't know much about Dr. Doom at this point in terms of the Marvel Universe, what this Dr. Doom is like in particular, because again, there's probably Dr. Dooms in every universe. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen and if we'll see more in terms of that before the Doomsday movie, because that's coming out next year. So it's like, what's going to happen? But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie as an origin story. Again, like I've said before, it falls into the faults of a superhero genre movie. I think, for me personally, I need to give it an 8. I know it's a little bit higher than Thunderbolts, but This movie was beautiful, and again, I'm not only doing it to the writing and the story, but just the cinematography too was so beautiful. The music was perfect, the themes of the movie too. Just for all of that, I have to give it an 8. But yeah, very exciting. This movie was fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to like, subscribe this video if you enjoyed my reaction, and please feel free to leave your thoughts below. It helps me know if you enjoyed my reactions and if I keep doing these movie reactions on the channel. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Crazy Fangirl out.